QuakeCon 2021 offered the community a big sneak peek into what we can expect for update 6.66. We know that there will be an official Horde mode, 2 new master levels, a huge overhaul to Battlemode, and more challenges and events. The future of Doom Eternal is looking on the bright side of things compared to other games that have lost support or don't have as many updates necessary to keep players around. Cyberpunk. However, id Software is dedicated to Doom Eternal and its fans, and if there are more updates down the road like this one, then we should be playing the game for many more years to come. Recently, there was more info revealed by Hugo while he was on a stream the other day playing the Cultist Space Master level. So I wanted to break down everything that he mentioned concerning the update, among other things such as the lore. An official Horde mode was a huge reveal for the community, especially for those on console and those who don't want to risk unfortunate events to happen when messing with mods. The Horde mode is seemingly the replacement for Invasion, which I would say is fair since Invasion may never see the light of day anytime soon. It was a great idea on paper, but I can only imagine how difficult it could be in the development process. Anyway, Hugo mentioned that the Horde mode will take more of an arcade approach where you have multipliers to your kills, defeating high value targets, and obtaining the traversal coins on time. So for those who are really wanting to challenge themselves with a bragging rights kind of leaderboard, this mode is for you. I can't wait to see all of those speedrunners beat the mode on Ultra Nightmare and display their names on the leaderboards. At the moment, there's not really a place to see the top Doom players unless you come across some players who have the Ultra Nightmare gold skin and the stars next to their nameplate showing their prestige from leveling up. It would be nice to see a board that has the time they beat the mode, the difficulty, and where they line up against other players. Of course, it won't necessarily say that you are the best player in the world, but with the randomization of the demons, the difficulty, and added bonus of not using any 1-ups and or BFG rounds, it should help. In fact, Hugo said that if you play a Nightmare and above and can get to the end, you are playing at the highest tier, meaning that this would be the epitome of being a pro Doom player. That is, of course, you aren't playing any other crazy mods. I can imagine that there will be some players that can blow right through this with ease, but for the average or intermediate player, this mode would be challenging. Another thing that was talked about in the stream was that the Horde mode would be split up into 3 acts, consisting of arenas, waves, and missions. Those who have played Prote's Horde mode mod, I would say this would be very similar to the way it was laid out. The first Horde mode mod was split up into different arenas, but had different sections that were progressively more difficult while unlocking your full arsenal. It'll be interesting to know if the official Horde mode will take place within the campaign levels, or use the Slayer Gate arenas much like Prote's mod. We will get an actual sneak peek on October 7th, so I imagine we'll know at that time what the layout will look like. A moment ago I mentioned randomization of demons. Hugo didn't really emphasize on every demon, but mostly the high value targets and possibly the heavy demons. This will really help with replay value, not only because you'll get better at it every new playthrough, but most of the more challenging encounters will be different every time. It was fun playing Prote's randomization mod because you could encounter so many different demons in every arena. Instead of getting the 2 secret tyrants on Super Gornest, I got 2 marauders with no fodders for extra ammo. The possibilities are endless when you randomize things like that in a mode, and I can see myself playing this mode quite often. The new update to Battlemode will not only help with matchmaking, but offer an experience that will motivate you to come back for more. The problem with multiplayer games for me is that oftentimes I don't really feel like playing online for a long time because either it takes too long to unlock things or matchmaking is never accurate. This new update will have a way to boost your time playing due to having leaderboards, ranks, seasons, a tournament-like experience, and new UI specific to battle mode and kill streaks. In order to get matched up with other players that have more skill like yourself, you'll need to win at least 4 games in a row and earn a streak card. This in turn creates a kind of tournament-like experience, motivating you to get the 4-win streak before calling it a day until the next time you play. I like that idea. Like I mentioned with my negative experience with multiplayer modes, now I can have something more to work towards and not have to play hours in one day to get anywhere. The leaderboards will also be a great update to battle mode as we can now see all of the pro players in the community, much like the Horde mode. For the most part, I think a lot of us know who the pro players are, but it's always great to know where you line up amongst your peers. Ranking will no doubt be revamped a little compared to what it is now, and I think that would be pretty straightforward on that. I believe Hugo mentioned seasons will be a thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would imagine it would be like other games and have new skins and challenges to work towards as a way to keep players engaged. Thankfully, Doom Eternal has been free of pay-to-win type of microtransactions, so hopefully with the added seasons they don't go that direction. Hugo and Josh hinted at a new UI for Battlemode, which will be talked more about on this next coming stream of Hugo playing the Art Complex Master level. The UI is already different, at least for the Demon players, so I'm interested in what it could look like if they are changing it, and possibly for the Slayer as well. They already did a little change on the HUD on DLC 2, so maybe it'll be something similar. Battlemode is starting to look a lot better and possibly a mode that I can return to now that I am better at the game and there could be a better reason to come back. Let me know what you guys think about the update to Battlemode. The current master levels have been a great challenge for the seasoned player to spend time on grinding on the needed skills to take things up a notch. The whole point of master levels are to push you to your limits and punish you for the smallest mistake. Cultist Base and Art Complex gave us an idea on what to expect, but now with the additions of Super Gornist and Terrace Nabad, its software is not messing around anymore. Those two recent levels still kicked my butt, but in a good way. No pun intended. They have added challenges and give us the ability to unlock new skins so we can show off to others in the community and give ourselves little stars so we know that we are special. All jokes aside, the master levels are really shaping into what most of us envisioned them to become, and the next two levels, the World Spear and Mars Core, should be just as great, well, soon anyway. Hugo mentioned in the stream that one of the levels is way too difficult right now and needs to be pulled back a little. I think I can agree with him on that. Yes, the master levels are meant to be challenging, but for an example, putting 10 Marauders in a small arena for the average player is totally overkill. Of course, I don't think that is the problem they are facing, but I would imagine it could be something with World Spear. This level would be the first DLC master level, and trying to balance the difficulty with the Sentinel Hammer would be kind of tricky. On top of that, there are new enemies like the Armored Barons, Spirits, Cursed Prowlers, and the Screechers that would need to be implemented in such a way that fits the level without it being overwhelming. I think Terrace Nabad set the bar in terms of difficulty during an arena, especially the first big arena in the courtyard with the lasers. Playing it on higher difficulties, especially for the more average player, can at least handle this part among other arenas. Any harder would just make the master levels way too intense, and at that point, if you think it's too easy, you're either a crazy person or you can get your fix from a mod. Either way, I'm glad Hugo is willing to realize that not everyone wants to get carpal tunnel playing on an insanely difficult level. The last thing to mention from the stream was how they want to beef up the encounters in DLC 2 and some stuff about the lore. I would admit, like many others, that DLC 2 did feel kind of empty and easier than DLC 1. The biggest argument was that players wanted DLC 2 levels to feel more like master levels, but then Hugo had to explain that they are DLC levels and not base campaign or master levels, so it made sense on the way that they went about it. However, the levels in Tag 2 do have a lot of empty spots with no encounters, or at least have some encounters that are lighter than others. The World Spear, for instance, has some encounters that could use a few more demons here and there, and fill in some demons where there are none. I understand that they wanted to pace the level in a certain way, but I think those levels could be better with a simple update. I'm glad that Hugo is finally agreeing that there needed to be something done with those levels, and we'll see what the final outcome will look like. During the stream, a question was asked about Commander Valen's left arm and if it was a bionic prosthetic or just part of his armor. Hugo immediately responded that it was a fake arm and he lost it during a battle, which is to be determined at another time. Honestly, I totally forgot about Valen's arm and always thought it was just part of his armor plating over his arm. But if you look at it enough, it does look like a robotic arm. It would be awesome to know when and where he lost it. He, among other Knight Sentinels, have fought the forces of hell for many years, and he has plenty of battle scars to prove it. Id Software is working on a lore bible that will contain everything we need to know about the lore, and we should get a tease of it on the next stream. I'm really excited for it as I am a lore nerd, and this channel was kind of built on the idea of being a lore channel as well. Let me know what you guys think about all this new info for update 6.66 down in the comment section. I hope you all enjoy this video, and if so, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so we can get it out there more. Also, check out my social media accounts at RipNtear Gaming to see other things as well. I have some more scripts getting cooked up as of lately, so expect some more videos about Doom, Quake, Dusk, and Medieval, among others. Hope you all have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.